Have you ever fantasized about being royalty in the medieval era? Riding in grand processions, living in majestic castles, and feasting at enormous banquets? While this might sound like the ultimate lifestyle, the truth is that the everyday life of a modern person, yes, even an ordinary one, is far more luxurious, healthier, and convenient than the life of a medieval king or queen. Today, we'll take a journey comparing life in the modern world with the medieval period. From the humble toilet to advanced medicine, from comfortable homes to accessible education, you'll see why you're luckier than the monarchs of old. Let's start with toilets. Something we all take for granted. Today, the average person has access to a clean and private toilet, often with plumbing that whisks waste away instantly. In medieval times, even kings had to make do with chamber pots. Where did the contents of those chamber pots go? Often out the window, onto the streets below. In cities, this created a revolting smell and terrible hygiene. Disease spread rapidly because sanitation was non-existent. Modern plumbing not only makes our lives easier but has saved countless lives by preventing the spread of diseases like cholera. Bathing was another luxury that medieval kings didn't enjoy as much as we do. Many castles didn't even have dedicated bathrooms. Instead, bathing was infrequent and cumbersome. Water had to be hauled by hand and heated over a fire. Contrast this with today. Nearly every home has hot, running water, a shower, and a bathtub. The ability to bathe daily keeps us healthier and more comfortable. Imagine trying to negotiate a political alliance while smelling like a barnyard. Royalty had to endure that. Now let's talk about health. For all their wealth, medieval kings lacked modern healthcare. They were at the mercy of diseases like smallpox, plague, and infections that could turn fatal from something as minor as a cut. There were no antibiotics or vaccines, so something as simple as a sore throat could be a death sentence. Today, modern medicine and antibiotics allow us to treat illnesses effectively, and vaccinations have eradicated or controlled diseases that were once deadly. We have emergency care, access to hospitals, and life-saving surgeries that medieval doctors, if you can even call them that, couldn't dream of. A king in the Middle Ages didn't have the luxury of clean drinking water. Rivers and wells were often contaminated, and many people drank ale or wine instead of water because it was safer. Today, clean and filtered water is available to almost everyone in developed countries. And it's as simple as turning on a faucet. Clean water is a cornerstone of our improved quality of life. Dental health was another nightmare for medieval kings. There was no toothpaste, no toothbrushes, and no understanding of cavities. Teeth would rot, abscesses would form, and the pain must have been unimaginable. Contrast that with today, where dental care is routine, and we have the tools to maintain healthy teeth. Even someone on a modest budget can enjoy better dental care than the wealthiest people of the medieval period. Kings may have feasted on roasted meats and sweet pastries, but their diets were unbalanced and unhealthy. Fruits and vegetables were often scarce, and famine was a constant threat. Malnutrition was common, even among the rich. Today, we not only have access to a wide variety of food year-round, but we also know what constitutes a balanced diet. While obesity has become an issue in modern times due to overabundance, it's far better than living in fear of starvation or scurvy. Childbirth was one of the most dangerous aspects of life in medieval times. Even queens were not immune. Many women, regardless of their status, died during childbirth because of unhygienic conditions and a lack of medical knowledge. Today, modern medicine has made childbirth significantly safer, with hospitals and trained professionals ensuring the well-being of both mother and child. Medieval kings relied on magic and superstition to solve problems. Doctors would prescribe bizarre remedies, like leeches or potions made from animal parts. Illness was thought to be caused by sins or evil spirits. Today, science and technology provide evidence-based solutions. From medicine to electricity to weather forecasting, science has replaced guesswork with knowledge. Believe it or not, modern humans are taller than our medieval ancestors. Thanks to better nutrition and healthcare, people today grow to their full height potential. Medieval kings, despite their wealth, often suffered from stunted growth due to poor diets and childhood illnesses. Fashion and beauty were very different back then. Makeup often contained harmful ingredients like lead, which poisoned the wearer over time. Clothing was uncomfortable, heavy, and difficult to clean. Today, we have safe, effective cosmetics, and clothing is more comfortable, practical, and diverse. Fast fashion and modern fabrics make it possible to dress well without breaking the bank. At first glance, castles seem majestic, but they were cold, drafty, and hard to heat. There was no central heating, and even fireplaces couldn't keep up with the freezing winters. Castles were also damp and dimly lit. Compare that to modern apartments or houses, with heating, insulation, air conditioning, and electricity. Even a modest studio apartment provides more comfort than the grandest medieval castle. In medieval times, education was a privilege reserved for the elite, and even kings were sometimes illiterate. Today, literacy is widespread, and information is at our fingertips thanks to the internet. Public education ensures that almost everyone has the opportunity to learn to read and write. Marriage in medieval times was often a political or economic arrangement. Love rarely had anything to do with it. Dating as we know it didn't exist. Most people married young and had little choice in the matter. Today, we have the freedom to choose our partners, and dating apps have revolutionized how we find love. Personal choice and compatibility are now prioritized over duty and alliances. Lastly, let's discuss work. In the medieval period, the majority of people were peasants, working long hours in backbreaking labor just to survive. Even kings had their burdens managing wars, alliances, and unruly nobles. Modern jobs, while not perfect, are often less physically demanding, and we have workers' rights, paid time off, and labor protections. Automation and technology have made life much easier. When you consider the comforts, conveniences, and opportunities we enjoy today, it becomes clear that even the richest medieval kings would envy the life of an average modern person. From clean water and advanced healthcare to comfortable homes and access to education, we've come a long way. So the next time you flush your toilet or turn on your heater, take a moment to appreciate just how good you have it.